Haley, and this is Kalia. I'm a senior this year on the team, and I will be showing you how to do comp hair. I'm going to be showing you two different ways. One is the low bun for juniors and up, all the way through seniors, and the other is the space buns for minis and petites. First, I'm going to show you all the supplies you're going to need for either of the hairdos. So this is the list if you want to screenshot, and I'll explain all of them and show you. But so first you're gonna need a spray water bottle, so kind of like this, and it just sprays water so you can spray on the hair and get it kind of flatter so it's easier to work with. You need hairspray or gel. I usually use hairspray just because we don't have as thick of hair, so you don't need as much. U-pins like this, so they're not, there's a U at the bottom, which will go into like buns when there's like more of a twist and more hair, so that'll hold more. Bobby pins for thinner hair when it gets to smaller points. Sized and color matching donut, so matching the hair and how thick the hair is and how long it is. And clear elastic hair ties. You're gonna need 3 to 4. They don't need to be super thick, just enough to hold, and you'll probably have to use new ones every competition just because they're not as strong when you use them again. You're gonna need a fine tooth comb with a sharp end, just so it'll help you part and just separate the hair much easier. A hairbrush, pretty much just for brushing the hair in the beginning and maybe pulling it back for the space buns if you need to, but usually you'll use the comb. And then a hairnet, also by the color of their hair, and you'll need 2 for the space buns and 1 for the low bun. Okay, starting off with the low bun, you're gonna need to first part their hair in the middle. A very clean part. This might take a little bit. And after you get that part, you're gonna want to spray it with water just so it doesn't slip out while you're doing the rest of the hair. And that's about in the middle. Right. Then you're going to need to separate the front of the hair. There's gonna be 2 pieces in the front that you're gonna leave out and put while you're putting the rest of the hair in a ponytail. And you wanna get it to about, you wanna start right about where the ear starts at the top, but and you're gonna kind of pick out all that hair in front of the ear and leave that out. Do that on both sides. You're gonna wanna find where the ear is and do a nice clean line down to the front of it and leave that in front. You probably want the dancer to hold the hair so that it doesn't get into the ponytail. You'll probably want to use the brush for this, but be careful not to get any of the hair that are in the 2 separate points above. And you're gonna pull back the hair nice and tight. So the problem with pulling the hair back is that sometimes they're gonna be different sizes. So when that happens, you're just gonna need to pick which size you want. I'm just gonna stick with the bigger one and make them even. And just make sure they still end in front of the ear, no hair behind the ear. You're gonna wanna make sure that the hair is nice and smooth before you pull it into a ponytail and tie it off. And you'll probably want to spray it a little with hairspray. I wouldn't use gel yet. So once you get to this point, you want the hair to be nice and smooth. and really pulled back. You don't want to put it right at the bottom of the neck because then the bun is going to be resting right on the dancer's neck and it's going to be very uncomfortable. So you want to leave space, probably about an inch, for where that bun is going to go because that's going to fill in that space. So then get it nice and smooth. We're going to spray it. Just lightly, you don't want to do too much right away. Oh I think it's sprayed shut. Can you open? Thank you. Kind of spray from far away, so it isn't as severe in one spot. And this doesn't have to be the tightest ponytail in the world because you're going to tie it off again before we put it in a bun. But you do want it to be pretty close to the scalp. And it doesn't matter if right around here it's a little bumpy because it's going to be covered by the bun. So nobody's going to see it. And then you can spray a little more. Just really making sure you get the sides because that's where you're going to put this hair so it has something to stick to. After you do that, you can take one of these sides and pretty much just comb it out first. Make sure it's nice and soft. And any of these flyaways you're gonna have to come back for and really spray down and make sure they don't stick up. But you're probably gonna want to get this wet. And you're gonna need bobby pins. So you'll brush it off and pull it kind of over the ear, just slightly, and then I like to use this to pull it back. But you don't want to lift it above the ear because it's got to go right under. Then you're going to pin it in right on the side and leave it. And you might want to spray it a little just so it sticks. And then you're going to repeat on the other side. Okay, so once you get both sides done and sprayed, you're going to need another hair tie, and you're basically just gonna put them into the ponytail. So you wanna make sure they're pulled nice and tight and that it isn't too bumpy on either side. So this is a good example. This side's a little bumpy, so you probably need to kind of pull the strands of hair to make sure that they're nice and flat. And then tie it off. And this time the ponytail should be a little tighter, just to really make sure it's close to the head and it's not gonna slip. Once you get to this point, if you haven't hairsprayed along the way, this is a great time to hairspray. Just stay away from hairspraying this part of the hair because you're gonna need it as malleable as possible to get it into the bun. Then you're gonna get your donut and you're going to kind of do it as you would hold a ponytail and pull the ponytail through all the way, and you're gonna need your dancer to look down. You're going to spread the hair evenly throughout the bun. And it might take a little bit, and you're probably going to need to hairspray it before you put any hair tie around it or anything to hold it. Sorry. Okay. So you're going to need to hairspray it once you can't see the donut at all. You want to only see the hair, and then kind of press it down around it so the hair has a hold on what it's doing. And you're going to get probably a thicker elastic just so it holds it better, and you're going to spread it out. I usually use 4 fingers and put it on the sides and go close to the hair, and then right around here let go and let it do its thing. You can kind of press it in on some points if it looks like it isn't like cinching in on its own, but usually it does pretty well, and then you just leave it and don't touch that hair tie again. And then you'll probably, if your hair is thin, you'll need to, thin or short, you'll need to probably, if it's short, you'll need to twist it. And if it's thin, you'll need to twist it. Like this thin is when you'll need to twist. But if it's really thick, you'll probably have to braid it, which is really easy. You just get it into sections, and then you'll braid it out, and twist it around. I'm going to twist it, just because that's what her hair entails. So you're going to start kind of 2 sections. You're moving this, like the hair to 2 different sides. And you're going to start twisting from the bottom and just pick up hair as you go around. And then as you get to the other side, you'll just pick up whatever hair is on that side and keep on twisting until you're out of hair. And right when you start to lose pieces of hair, you're going to want to get a U-pin and really make sure it's nice and big, and grab part of the bun within the, like really the bottom part, and then the part where the hair is starting to fall out of the twist, and press it in. And then you want to do that for the rest of the amount of hair that you have. I've found that U-pins usually hold like wispy hairs better than bobby pins do, just because there's more room for them to hold it and less specific to areas. But it could be different for any kind of hair. And then the rest, you're just going to use a bunch of bobby pins and U-pins to really hold in the bun and really latch it onto the head. So you're going to want to get parts of the bun and attach it to the rest of the hair on the head. Make sure you get all around the head as well. At the points where the hair starts to lessen and loosen at the end, you're also going to want to use bobby pins just to pin down that those flyaways in between the U-pins. Sometimes it hurts.
Sometimes.
Finally, you're gonna get a hairnet. And start at the bottom, and you're just gonna wrap it around the bun as many times as you can. And make sure it gets like even the twist at the bottom. 2, 3, and that's probably as many wraps as you're gonna get. So you'll twist any extra net that you have and wrap it and get a bobby pin and pin it in. And as long as you pin it in front of where like the knot is, if you know what I mean, it should only need 1 pin. But this is the final look for the low bun. So you'll have sprayed down bun here and the hairnet, and it's gonna be, all the flyaways are gonna be bobby pinned in and then covered by the hairnet, so nothing's gonna fall out. And then you're gonna spray this part of the hair back nice and smooth. Same with the part and these parts.